Yeah, that's what I get for showing a public domain movie.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I get, right? Awesome.
No, I can understand this. Like, it's a public domain movie, but and you had a look, and I assume you told me that the music wasn't public domain in it. So the music was,
But if the music isn't public domain, then why is it in a public domain movie?
because
Is what I'm asking.
the artist can allow the music to be used in that movie, and the people who are using it don't have to pay copyright on it. But the original work is still their property.
But
Like, it's still the
it's
artist who wrote it. Yeah.
so okay. So a movie can be 100% completely public domain, but still have copyrighted music in it. That doesn't make sense.
Well, then the movie isn't 100% public domain. It's only the movie
Uh,
itself is public domain.
maybe.
That's why I'm saying that you have to look it up to find out whether or not any of the music in the movie is public domain or not.
But did you hear the music in that movie? It just sounded like some random garage band just playing some bullshit over. Blah, 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 blah. It just sounded like that over and over again.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, but if it's copyright, then they should ping you for the copyright, right?
Not for showing the movie, right?
No, like if you show the movie, right? So there's two sides to it. One is that if you're showing something from somebody else's channel, and that is sort of like, and they're monetized, then there's an algorithm that basically matches the two things together
Okay,
and
so
says you're playing their thing from their um, channel, so therefore, like, you're violating the sort of internal copyright of YouTube, not
so
actual copyright.
this is basically just another lesson I have to learn to show movies on the screen while we're doing these watch parties, right? Is this basically just that
Well,
lesson
no,
that I should learn?
if you give me some, like, this is like, from what I'm not an expert on these things, but from what I've been explained to me, is there's two ways they match the content here. Is one is video and the other is audio. So creates like a visual spectrum of the audio that's quite complex, and that they then match the two visual comparisons against what you're playing and what they're playing. So you need to have something that will sort of work as though like a big magic marker that goes right through the middle of the image that messes it up. And they can still get partial matches, so you have to do a pretty good job of it. And then there's the visual side of it, where it basically turns every like image onto it. Like, so when we're seeing the scene where he's standing there in the kitchen, and you've got the man standing there in the kitchen, there'll be like a silhouette of him, and then some shapes behind him in the background to create like a bunch of like silhouettes that they match up against each other. And that then, so these are the two sort of systems they use, and you have to find a way to break up the silhouettes and break up that visual representation of the sound. And I don't know exactly how to do it. I'm not sure how it's done. I am trying a few little tricks like infrasound and stuff like that to try and mess up with the sound. And there's supposedly things like grids and stuff like that that can mess up different visual recognition type stuff. So theoretically, if you tell me in advance that you want to do a movie and you want to screen it, and it's a public domain movie,
Uh-huh.
because it doesn't really work with it. It's something you should really only do to something that's really actually public domain. Otherwise, it's a whole nother ball of wax you're dealing with, and it's just better to only do it to a public domain movie, because you should have the legal right to screen and watch that movie. If
Right?
you went and rented out if it's a public domain movie and you rented out a cinema and was doing this as like a real world venue type thing, it'd be fine. So theoretically, there's no reason why it shouldn't be fine on YouTube. So in that circumstance, I can download the video, or I can go. There'll be like downloading it in the sense of going to like archive.org or something like that. Someone who has a copy of it that is like free to use. And like, here, download this copy. You can do what you want with it. So we download it, and I can run it through a few of the little things that I can try and do to it, like grids and sound patterns and stuff like that. That will hopefully confuse the algorithm. So that's just step number one. You have to have like testing grounds for it as well to make sure that the algorithm doesn't pick it up. But it's all like a thing you got to. It's like, if you want to do these things, there's little steps you got to take to get to the goal.
I wouldn't think showing a public domain. We got away with it before, and in fact, you were sitting there. It was just me and you watching Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, well, that's different. Night of the Living Dead is apparently a whole different ball game. And Night of the Living Dead is the movie you can get away with doing it as long as it's the old black and white version. But that's like a whole different ball of wax. With this, with each movie, it's different, and you really don't know until you've played it, until you found out. That's why it's good to have like a backup channel that you can put stuff on and see if it causes a problem before you actually go live.
Yeah, starting to realize that now.
Yeah.
The only problem I ever had was we watched Captain America, the 1990 Captain America, right? And
yeah,
after the movie was over, we were still going, and my friend that we made the short film with, we showed it, and he has all the music in there is copyright free except for 2 songs. And I got a thing about those 2 songs. That's all.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you got with this one, hey?
Yeah.
So they didn't ping you for the copyright of it. They pinged you for, they said this video has been removed for violating YouTube's policies on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. So as far as scams, we weren't scamming anyone. We weren't, like, there was no exchange of any sorts of monies or anything like that.
Was there a single link posted in that thing for someone's monetary benefit?
No. We didn't. The only links are posted to come and, like, you're sharing this out to social media to come and hang out and watch us on the channel and just, like, just watch the show. Be entertained.
But look at those 3 things.
Yeah.
Spam,
deceptive practices,
and scam. Really? Really?
What how we weren't deceiving anyone.
Who the fuck were we scamming?
But like we scammed no one because we put forth the offer of entertainment. That's what we like the social contract or verbal contract is. We will give you entertainment. We are giving entertainment. There may, whether it's good or bad entertainment, that's not the point. But we are providing entertainment. Okay, and then the other one is deceptive practices. So like we weren't lying about where we were getting the information from, what the video was or where the video was coming from. We told people that this is a public domain video and we're going to public domain resources that are streaming it separate to YouTube because YouTube didn't like us streaming it from their sources. So
what were we spamming? What were we spamming?
We weren't spamming anything.
What was a single bit of spam? What was a single bit of
spam is like repeated. Let me just quickly, I'm going to make sure I get the right. Make sure I get the right spam. Irrelevant or unsolicited messages sent over the internet, typical to a large number of users for the purpose of advertising, pushing or spreading malware, etc. So we weren't pushing malware and spreading malware. We weren't phishing. We weren't advertising anything. We hadn't even talked about we didn't even do the come and check out my channel stuff. So we weren't advertising anything. There's
Oh,
nothing irrelevant or
exactly.
unsolicited about
Exactly.
anything. Any of the messages and stuff that had been sent on social media were not irrelevant or unsolicited, other than maybe a social media post, which can't come under the can't come under unsolicited, because if you've signed up to social media, you are soliciting social media to send you public posts. The same. It also says this: send the same message indiscriminately to a large number of internet users. We the that if what we're doing comes under sending the same message indiscriminately to a large number of internet users, then pretty much all of YouTube, all of Twitch, anything that broadcasts online is spam and is therefore all of YouTube needs to shut down then because it's spam.
Right? Right?
Like, yeah. And it's not just because it's not like you see, you got disconnected for a few seconds because you were playing the copyrighted material, which wasn't copyrighted. So if you just hit the refresh button, it all
Right?
comes back, right? So we hit the refresh button, and no, it doesn't all come back. The video was taken down by YouTube for spam, deceptive practices, and scams, which it doesn't fall under the category of. It falls under the category of copyrighted materials, but it doesn't because it's public domain. And we stopped using
Spam,
YouTube. We did not use
deceptive
YouTube.
practices, and scams. Spam, deceptive practices, and scams. What the flying fuck did I do on that fucking stream amounted to any one of those three fucking accusations? What the
Nothing.
flying fuck?
Okay, there's two ways I would look at this. One way I would look at it is saying that they have just hit you with this because this is their general catch-all term that doesn't actually mean anything that they give you if you are being taken down for copyright thing, but they can't quite find the right copyright, but they think it is. So it's close enough. They're going to take you down. The other thing I could say this could possibly be is somebody has flagged your account. You've got somebody decided to come on and do a mass flagging on the video to take you down and to just be dickheads.
Oh, gee, I wonder who that guy could be. Oh.
I haven't heard hide nor hair from them for a while, so I didn't know whether or not they were still up to the same shenanigans.
Honestly, I don't even think those idiots would do that. I don't think I don't even you know what? I would give those fucking morons credit. I don't even think they'd go that far. Do you?
Why not? It's not hard to do.
You think it? You think they would?
Haven't they done it before to other people?
For showing public domain movies?
For shits and giggles, it doesn't matter what you were showing.
All right, that's true. Yeah, all right, okay. I'll give you that much. But whatever the fuck, though, that still shouldn't. Even that bullshit shouldn't amount to.
No, no, pull the video because if you get mass flagged, let's pull the video because there's obviously something wrong with that video, and we'll deal with it later.
I already deleted it.
You shouldn't have deleted it. You should have. Yeah, it's up to you. Delete it. Don't delete it. I mean, personally, I would have looked at I would have looked at my whether or not I could have fought it and said that no, you guys, yeah, this is your embarrassment because you got it wrong, so you leave it up there.
No, I deleted it.
No. I mean, sorry that I'd want it left up because, and I'd want it to become available to the public because I want everyone to see how they fucked up.
All right, well, I could always.
That's if it was on my channel.
Let's see. I could always.
But then sometimes you just go fuck it, and I'm gonna delete it. Fuck it, move on. I don't care. I just want to move on to the next thing.
You know, this might be disappointing, but it's important to ask that YouTube is a safe place. The detected content in your live stream may belong to somebody else who's collected following repeated warnings of possible abuse Possible abuse. Okay. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Jesus Christ. But what they just said did not equal to what you have posted right here.
So that could just be YouTube's fuck up because they
What
like
they're saying on
they
my
don't know what
end,
they're doing.
what they're saying on
Hang on.
my end, I'm sorry, what they're saying on my end compared to what you have posted right here, what they're saying
Yeah.
is they detected content in my stream that may belong to someone else and was not correctly following repeated warnings of possible abuse.
I got an email from YouTube saying we have detected content on your account that is R18 plus and should be made R18 plus, and we have made it R18 plus for you. And then so I go to my account and I see, yes, they've taken my Trump's George Floyd memorial video where he's just saying stuff like, we should come together as a people and like, as America, it's a dark time. We will all work together. So it's nothing like it's standard political blah. It's nothing special. It's not like, and there's no violence or anything shown. And I look at it and goes, yes, the settings has been changed to R18 adults only. So I click on it and it says that yeah, YouTube has changed it for you because you made a mistake. And if you think it's wrong, you click here to dispute. I clicked to dispute. And I filled out the whole thing explaining that like this is literally there's nothing here. It is literally just Trump. It is just I didn't even say Trump. I just said it's a president talking, doing presidential stuff, talking about like you're doing the thing they do when there's been a tragedy. And then eventually I got an email back saying that. So I went and looked after a while, and it said that your appeal has been rejected. I went and had a look in the email. The email came back. So the first email that came back from them was, "You're quite right. This has been done incorrectly. There is nothing R18 about this, and we will undo that for you." The very next email I got after that was, "You're wrong. That should have been R18 all along, and we're going to permanently make it R18. You can't change it, and there's no way to appeal this."
Scams to practice substances and spam, deceptive practices and scams. There you go. I think I have. I think I have. If I'm ever gonna start a law firm, I think that's gonna be my name.
Spam, deceptive practices, and scams. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Oh my god.
Yeah. YouTuber assholes. This isn't your channel. You're just. I would say there's something that LDG says. I'm probably butchering it, but this isn't your channel. You're just living here.
I know. Yeah, it's not my
They just
world.
let you have your time here.
It's not my
It's a
world.
YouTube's channel.
I'm just living in it. That's true.
It's YouTube's. It's YouTube's. Your channel is YouTube's channel. They just let you post stuff sometimes.
By the way, send me that screenshot. And I think I have a
Yeah.
new banner idea. Oh, whenever you get the chance.
Give me a
If you
second.
gotta, if
Can
you,
I?
if you gotta go, if you gotta go, you
No,
gotta
wait,
go.
wait. Give me a second. Snipping tool, mode, um, free roam snip. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's not the right one. Let's try that again. Snipping tool,
I
mode,
mean, I did put my PayPal
rectangle
link up
snip.
in
That's
there.
the one.
I did put my PayPal link up in there numerous times, right?
You
No,
did?
right? No, I don't think I did. I mean, I put my Streamlabs shit. I was like, hey, support me on Streamlabs. Give me those. No, wait, no, I didn't.
No. We want to save to desktop. All right, I've
Deceptive
got that saved.
practices. Deceptive practices. Where the fuck do they get deceptive practices from that? Where? What the?
I don't think it
flying-
matters.
No, but where do they get that from? That?
Actually, I don't really want to do that here because everyone will see what the URL is live. Yeah, we don't want to show everybody the link. That can just be something I send to you. Open it up in here then.
You know why it's not deceptive? Because I said we're gonna watch the movie The Driller Killer, and we watched the movie The Driller Killer, or we tried
Yeah.
to.
We tried. No. So you were deceptive. You said we were going to do it, and we didn't. So in the end, it was deceptive practices.
Oh,
I
so they
mean,
turned
it's
the
only
tables-
deceptive practices.
They turned the tables on me, these sons of bitches. Oh, man.
Yeah,
It was like rabbit season, duck season. That was like
yeah. Totally. Oh, that's so accurate. That's painfully accurate.
these motherfuckers.
Fuck, I haven't got enough.
Whatever. I can have a laugh about it though. I see, unlike
Yeah.
most people, I can have a laugh about it. I won't throw hissy fits. I won't go screaming to YouTube about anything. Cause look, YouTube was Hey, YouTube people, thank you for being kind enough to let me back on right now immediately after you shut me the fuck down. But thank you, I appreciate it.
There you go.
motherfuckers.
You've got the PNG is sent in that link to you in the private chat.
Wait, who's this? Is this a rabbit season, duck season thing?
And if you want, I can send you a link to sign up to that cloud service and get some. You get like 6 gigs free data. Then if you use my link to sign up, then I get like a gig for referring you.
Oh, okay.
But they're not with that link. That particular link there is just the share link for the file. For the this video has been removed for violating YouTube's policies and blah 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 blah.
Because that shit's taking a while anyway, so.
This is taking a long time to load, is it?
Yeah, it was, but whatever. I'm just getting fucked over by the internet.
I will save the link for later and download it later.
I'm the real life John Connor because I'm always fighting technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Skynet hates you.
They're not fond of
Speaking of celebrity, have you seen the latest thing from Sarah Silverman?
I've never liked Sarah, so.
I liked her in the 90s a little bit. Like, she's the sort of if you see her in a movie or something like that, as long as she's not really playing herself, it was good.
But she's always playing herself, though.
Almost always.
She's one of those.
Like,
People, she's one of those people that's always playing herself.
Like she was good in Voyager. I liked her when she was in Voyager. But like she got into her sort of fame by doing like racist, or not necessarily overtly racist,
Yeah,
but
I know. I know.
saying things that
Yeah.
would now be considered unacceptable.
I know, and it was also
Yeah.
things that she accused people of saying the same shit.
Yeah. And so she went around like doing the cancel culture thing. And then it came back to burn her. And people started saying, well, hang on, you started saying that same shit too. So she became othered by her own her own tribe.
That's because they always eat their own.
Yeah. And she's just come out very, very, very recently with a new video where she's the politically homeless. Where she's like, she's so upset about it. And I was wondering, would you like to hear her latest
Sure, why
cries
not?
of pain?
I'm sure it'll be just as bad as the Driller Killer.
Yeah. So I told you so. I told you so.
But why is it every time
We've been
one
saying
of
this the
these
whole time.
hard,
So what was that?
well, every time these hardcore lefty celebs, every time something comes out against them, then all of a sudden they're not hardcore lefty anymore.
No. It was all fun and games when they were destroying other people's lives, but when it's their own career.
But didn't that happen in what the fuck? The fucking Parks and Rec. What was it? Aziz Ansari. Like
I'm not sure. It's
he
happened
had
to a few.
Aziz Ansari had that girl say that she had a bad date with him and blah blah blah, and like she made a bunch of other stupid statements. And this
Um,
guy was this guy was hardcore lefty, and then he
Yeah,
had the
yeah, he
chick.
looks like a full-on lefty. And that's the thing is, you find out these full-on lefties that are there. They're usually like they're casting shade and pointing fingers and
And
blaming others because
they
they
have
are
skeletons in
a
their
whole lot
closet
worse.
because they have
Yeah, they're a whole lot worse. Yeah,
skeletons in their closet.
yeah. And like if they make a loud enough noise about somebody else, when and they can go, hang on, you're talking about yourself here. Oh no, no, you're just saying that because you're trying to do, like you stop me from doing all this good work, and you're trying to stop the progressiveness.
It's the ones with the skeletons and the most
Yeah.
skeletons in the closet are the ones with the loudest voices.
I think the lady doth protest too much. Let's hear what she's saying. Eh?
I'd rather not.
I was having fun with it. I was doing stuff like, was it going?
You know what I liked about Sarah Silverman? She had nice tits. There you go. That's what I'll say. I had. I liked her. I never found it funny. There are a lot of funnier women than her on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live's not really that good for funny.
80s and 90s, even it was 80s, 90s, early
Sorry, I'm
2000s.
just having fun making her say that she's thinking about porn. Sorry, what
I'd
was
say
that?
I'd say 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I never really got into Saturday Night Live. I never really found it as like a particularly funny thing to watch. Um, there's other places to find better comedy.
Yeah, I'm saying when you're a little kid laying on the couch on a Saturday night and you're able to stay awake and watch something because there's no school tomorrow, that type of shit. You know.
Yeah, but in that sort of stuff, I'd rather watch something. I'm just trying to think. What would I watch in that circumstance? Fuck. Not Saturday Night Live.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
There was also a point where, as a little kid, like during summer vacations, I'd stay up. My mom and dad wouldn't be up to shoo me out of the living room, so I'd be up watching fucking David Letterman. Yes, I actually used to like David Letterman when I was a little kid.
What's that dance they do?
Is that the
I mean,
Adam West Batman dance?
it was that where like they as you like extending one arm up and away from your body, then like looking into your sort of elbow. It was some sort of dance they did. They had to come up.
Oh, was that the stupid
Look,
dab shit?
hey,
Dab.
check it out. Check it out. Sarah Silverman doing a Nazi salute. She's hiling her Führer.
I never liked her though. Nah. She's all right. You know how if you see Zach Galifianakis in a movie, Zach Galifianakis is always going to be Zach Galifianakis in a movie.
Yeah.
She's the same.
Yeah. She's not a great actor, but doesn't she look like she's like about to suck a dick?
I mean, yeah, she.
Doesn't she look like it? She's a bit like she's about to like yeah.
I'm not gonna say she's a horrible looking woman. I won't say that. I definitely
looks
won't
like
say
she could
that.
really move her. I'm just trying to find like a really bad screenshot to stop it on. Is that the O face?
So wait, is this her podcast? Does she have like a podcast that she does every day? Or is
It's
this
from
her
the
on
Post
someone
Millennial.
else's? Okay.
I'm not sure what the Post Millennial is, and I don't follow her enough to know if she has her own podcast. And if she did, I would definitely not be listening to it. I mean, unless it's a video podcast, and she's like, and it's from the '90s, and she's in a bikini, and then it's not worth watching. I mean, now I don't want to really see that, but in the '90s, yeah.
Wait, you're not gonna wait. Is she gonna make any more stupid faces? Go ahead, play it.
See some more. Let's look for some more stupid faces.
She's good at making stupid faces. Then again, a lot of women that were on Saturday Night Live, it seemed like they had to have women that could really be good at making stupid faces.
That's most of the comedy was.
It was
stupid
kind of the men
faces.
too, yeah. It was both the men and the women. Like you had to make a stupid face for Saturday Night Live. Although she wasn't even on it that long compared to most other people.
A little bit to the left, you're almost there. Oh, doesn't that face just like encapsulate who she comes across as?
It kind of does.
Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman thinks she's funny.
I used to be an edgy comedian like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I used to be an edgy comedian, and now I'm pissed off that nobody thinks I'm funny.
Whatever.
And as I can't make you laugh with my jokes, maybe I can make you as unhappy as I am with my opinions. That's just such a good shot of her.
Yeah, sourpuss.
Yeah.
Sourpuss sour.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Jealous comedian Sarah Silverman. Washed up jealous comedian Sarah Silverman.
But what does she even have to be jealous of, though?
Other
Like,
people who are
she
still
had,
successful
yeah, but I'm saying she had a. All right, there was that
had
point,
the career.
but I'm
She
saying
had the career.
there was that point where every fucking comedian, every single stand-up comedian was given their own show on Comedy Central, like left and right. They were just getting handed. It's like it didn't matter what type of stand-up comedian you were. You were getting handed a fucking your own show on Comedy Central,
Yeah.
and she was one of them.
Fucking hell, man.
Did every comedian just get so pissed about how much more South Park was bringing in for them than their shows were doing? Like, is
Yeah.
that what
Oh, this is what it feels like to be eaten by your own.
what I'm saying? There was so many comedians. There was Carlos Mencia. Uh,
Is that finger going for her nose? She could lose an arm up there. There we go. Sarah Silverman. That's what she's all about. Without my truth, how can we talk about it, hey?
you have Comedy Central there, right? Like,
No.
No. So you never
No.
watched South Park and all the stand-
South Park was like Channel 10, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't like a comedy channel.
I'm pretty sure Comedy Central wouldn't exist right now if it wasn't for South Park.
We see we've all moved on. Yeah, because of this, Mr. CCDV.
Oh no. Yeah.
Read that, hey? Policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams that we were not actually doing. And now we've got angry Sarah Silverman. Angry again, Sarah Silverman. Hater, Sarah Silverman, in the news again.
Yeah, Mr. CCDV. Apparently, we were scamming people by showing a public domain movie.
Yeah.
It was very deceptive.
Terrible what we're doing. Like, we were like little old ladies and their purses were not safe around us.
Okay, so there's this guy in my neighborhood. All right. He's been here since the fucking 90s. Right? Like late 90s. All right. He's this big fat black guy. He looks kind of like if George Foreman didn't have his grill enough to get healthy with and slim down. He's very George Foreman-ish, but if George Foreman looked like Butterbean, you remember Butterbean?
Okay.
You remember that guy, right?
Yeah. I don't know, but no, I don't, but I can imagine.
All right. Butterbean kind of looked like the Kingpin from Marvel. He's like
yes,
this really bald, like really wide, bald-headed white guy. Like,
yeah,
wide as a motherfucker. But all right, this dude, he kind of looked like a mix of George Foreman and Butterbean, and
yeah.
he started out just begging in front of stores, right? And
Yeah.
then he ended up moving up to begging in front of stores with a walking boot on. You know, a walking boot, like the type of shit that like it's not a cast, but it's like so you can get around when you have a fucked up foot.
Yeah.
And the next one was that he ended up eventually moving to a wheelchair.
Okay.
So through the years, this guy has moved up, not just in that, but this dude is always dressed in brand sparkling new clothes. And he's always hanging outside of stores. Is the panhandling game the game you gotta play?
Karen Silverman. You just take the word "that" off the end, and it's like, yes, you've been saying this for some time now, and we warned you that they would eat you.
Yeah, Butterbean was a wrecking machine. Butterbean was the type of boxer that he would eat. He would have like two different modes. He'd knock you out in the first round, or he'd get knocked out in the first round.
Okay, yeah. So 1 round wonder. Come on, Sarah. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out.
By the way, is Sarah Silverman the one that got me took down? Because fuck you, Sarah Silverman.
Yeah. Hey, she got me kicked. She got me a 7-day ban. Yes, you, Sarah. Yes, you did.
My friend has a picture of him and her.
Did he grab anything?
I'm sure if he did, he might be getting something in the mail about it pretty soon.
Yeah. But I wonder if I click that, does that work? Okay, that's showing me. And you've heard about like the new sexuality, super straight?
Super straight.
Yeah, you haven't heard about it, no?
Yeah. I see. Okay. I after seeing all the new stupidity. Listen. All right. I like Twitter.
So like super straight is trolling the LGBT people by saying using their own logic back against them.
Wait, Chris. I just gotta say that I like Twitter and I like YouTube. I could end up loving them if they just change a little bit, just a little bit. Just
a lot of it changes based on who you're following and who you're blocking.
I'm not even talking about the people that you're talking to. I'm talking about the rules of everything.
Oh, yeah.
The rules of everything are getting really, really twisted.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
I'm not even talking about alliances or what anyone. If anyone wants to talk shit to blah blah blah. Anyone wants to talk shit
whatever,
to anyone,
yeah.
Talk shit. Yeah, whatever the fuck. That's one thing. But when sides are twisted and like one side gets to say something, but the other side doesn't, that's my problem.
Yeah. But with the new, I just wanted to click on this new sexuality super straight. So basically, if you're straight, is now somebody who is attracted to people who are born the opposite sex and people who become the opposite sex. And then super straight are people who are only attracted to people who were born the opposite sex and are still the opposite sex.
Wait, Chris, I'm getting Sarah Silverman's
okay.
face off the
Because I had something else to share before we go on, so hang on, I can stop sharing that and I can do it differently now. Give me a second. There we go.
No, Mr. CCTV. Yeah. Don't do that.
So I'm going to share the screen, but I'm going to, before I hit share, I want to have I want to lead up to this before I actually hit it. So you've got the new sexuality is super straight, and super straight is somebody.
The new sexuality.
Yeah, and that's basically somebody who is only attracted to people who are born the opposite sex and are still the opposite sex.
Where is this giant meteor? Can I get the giant meteor?
Wait. But there's a lot of pushback against it. There's a lot of people hating on the on super straight, and they're saying how you're not allowed to just choose your own sexuality like that. So it's all the people who were. Sorry?
First, am I wrong to ask for giant meteor? Please, giant meteor, please come bless us.
No, but I was thinking, like, you know how
giant meteor, please. Am I wrong for thinking that sometimes?
Wait, it gets better because, like, you know how they have the people who, if you may not be LGBTQ PTX plus, but you support the movement and you support the people and all that sort of thing, then you're considered an ally. So you're like an LGBT ally. And the people who, if you like, and they said that the people who are supporting super straight, they were going to call them super allies, and I think this is wrong. I think that we should call them something else. If you'd like to share my screen.
Super friends.
They should be called super friends. They say, don't be a super hater. You know, like all sexualities are okay. So don't be a super hater. Be super friends. So people who are
it's true though,
what used to be called straight cisgendered now are a protected sexuality.
I'm
super
sorry,
straight.
But growing up in the 80s, I was learned to be like, hey, there's going to be someone a different color in your classroom. It's like, okay, I don't want to make a big deal of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be friends with you if you're not an asshole to me.
Yeah, essentially.
Listen, I've known, okay, in my personal life, I've known way more white people that were assholes to me than were of any other race. So I knew plenty of white people that were and are still assholes to me.
Yeah, there's people that are like, what are you going to do though, hey? There's always going to be assholes. There's always going to be people who are assholes. There's nothing you can do about it.
I'm just saying, I'm also a white person, so.
Yeah. Oh, but you're the only one that people are allowed to hate now. You're the only person that is. It's okay to hate. It's okay to be racist.
I ain't lying about that, but I won't say you're lying about that.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to get going in a couple minutes.
No doubt, bro.
I've got my shopping. Always yeah.
What?
Being fuck all public transport and not having my own transport really fucking sucks.
But what about showing a public domain movie and twice getting shut down for it? What about that shit?
Hey man, awesome, like I said, if you want to show a public domain movie and you're not sure whether or not it's going to be fine, have a backup place to run it so that you can test it.
I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm just not.
Or the other option you've got is you could just tell me that you're going to do it, and I'll like you
No,
tell
no,
me
no,
which
no,
video it is.
no.
I can
I'm
download
not.
it from a
I'm just
clean
not gonna
source,
do
and
that. I'm just not gonna do that anymore. I'm just gonna do it the old way I used to do it. That's all.
yeah.
That's all.
I mean, like I'm currently using a screening room as the Cosme screening rooms.
Yeah, I know.
I've got my public room, which is open to everybody, and then my private room.
But just if it's gonna come to that every single fucking time, no, no. I'll just do it the old school way I used to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But anywho, I'm gonna peace out
Yeah.
right now. Thanks for the 2 people watching. Chris, thanks for coming through.
No worries.
This is CCDB.
I have to do this again soon sometime.
See, I wanted to do Plan 9 from Outer Space, but Jesus Christ. I don't even know if I could do that right now with what I was.
That was it.
Plan 9 from Outer
And that,
Space is one of the most. It's like for the list of infamously terrible movies. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
when did it come
wanted to
out?
do that, and then
59?
Domain. Yeah. It was late 50s, 59, 59 was it? I wanted to show this on the screen, but
Yeah.
now I don't think I can for some reason.
Tell me when you want to do it, and I'll see if I can do something to fix it up a little bit for you, and we can do it.
Who knows? I might get accused of slander and
You get accused of racism because it's a black and white movie.
who knows? I mean that the last movie I just tried to watch, I was accused of a bunch of other things. I was like, where the flying fuck did these accusations come from? But whatever the fuck. But all right, Chris. Thanks for coming through.
No worries, dude.
Have a good one, bro.
No worries.
Mrs. CC, thank you. Sentinel, yeah. No point in keeping this stream going because this is just going to be a me angry stream by myself if I just keep it
Why
going
not?
by myself. So
Didn't you drop the link in the description? Yeah, you dropped the link in the description, so you can come up on stage, Mr. CCDV.
nobody's going to come. Should I just throw an invite in there anyway? But nobody's going to come through. All right. So I won't. But nobody's gonna come through. Nobody's gonna come through, and I'm gonna end up talking to myself for the next.
Yeah, I mean, these days I try to set up all my streams so that like I can do it by myself without having to like have anybody come along and do it with me.
But you know this was a backup thing because
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just trying to watch a public domain movie. That's all I was trying to. Mrs. CCDB, he's here.
Well, what do you know?
What's up?
There's a feller here.
How you doing?
Hey,
There's
Mr.
somebody
CC.
watching.
What's going on, man?
I was curious about your take on the whole. I mean, that video was public domain, right? And it was a terrible movie. It was an absolutely terrible movie.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Stream
that
went
bad. It
down,
was a-
and I couldn't watch it, and you couldn't watch it. What did you get accused of?
Wait. All right.
Hang on a
Can you
second.
bring it up again? Can you bring it up again, please, Chris? Oh, Chris was the one who told me what this said.
Right here. The video has been removed for violating YouTube's policies on spam, deceptive
Spam.
practices, and scams.
Wow. That is, I haven't read the most recent terms and conditions. I just click OK whenever they send me something.
But have they ever
Yeah.
sent you something like that?
It may have been hidden in the legal dialogue that they use. YouTube is not a free forum like it was 10 years ago.
No, not at all.
Definitely
But
not.
none of that makes sense. Like you look at the words themselves. Nothing about this was spam. If it is spam, then therefore all of YouTube is spam.
I guess
Deceptive
it was.
practices.
I guess they said it was spam because you used it from someone else's channel and was streaming
But that's
it
not.
on your
That
own
doesn't.
channel.
That doesn't. That's not the like spam is. That's not what spam is. We went and looked up what spam is, and spam is like unsolicited, basically unsolicited
right.
contact with a
Exactly.
large number of people, which is all of YouTube, which is all of social media, is unsolicited contact with large numbers of people.
Well, you would think that, yeah.
And deceptive practices were. In no way did we deceive anybody.
What the
And
flying
you actually have to
fuck?
be monetized to actually get money out of doing what you're doing on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that
But
actually
it-
makes no sense in any way whatsoever.
Of any
But I
of the-
even said.
of
So
any
I was
of
going to say,
the-
we said that YouTube came along and said to us that like they cut us off because we were using the video and we shouldn't be allowed, we were not allowed to use.
And then it
So-
came to that second. That was the second thing. This is the second thing. It's like what?
Oh, that's the
flying
second
fuck?
warning. Yeah,
So-
the first
so the-
warning. The first warning
but
made
there was-
sense
we
to me
stopped.
because
We stopped on the first warning. We shut it down and said, "Okay, we're using YouTube content. That's okay. We're not allowed to do that." So I went and searched around and found a free domain website that has public domain website that has the movie available. That it's not a link to YouTube. It's playing it through that website.
Wait, also, mind you, Mr. CCDV, this is a public domain movie.
Yeah. It's a public domain movie. We
and
went to a public domain
other
website.
creators get to use it, right? So,
Yeah.
not saying names, but Trekking on Tuesday, or the live watch parties and things they do for Star Trek. The non, well, I say non-canon, but they're far better than Discovery. The fan films, right? So you see the fan films and watch parties with other YouTube creators all the time. And those are non-domain, and they are on YouTube. You can watch those anytime you want to. So
But as far
streaming
as the-
another YouTube content on your YouTube channel should not be a problem. I don't know why that's a problem. And then
streaming other
I've never
YouTube content,
seen-
I can understand why streaming YouTube content on your channel can be a problem, because that content is something. If they're a monetized channel, that's something that they have done and they have put the work in, and they're supposed to be getting money from it,
okay,
and you're sort of
sure.
taking the money from them by letting everybody see it.
Yeah, if
So I
it's
can
a
understand that side of it.
monetized channel,
As
I
far
could
as the
understand that.
deceptive practices, I said exactly what we were doing as I was doing it, and so none of what we were doing was deceptive. We told
Not a
everybody where we're
single
getting it from and what
fucking
we're watching as we're
Not a
doing it.
single thing. Not a single thing. Not a
Yeah.
And
single
then
thing.
scams, we didn't scam anyone. There's no links to like your
Right,
PayPal's
there's
or
no
um,
Streamlabs or PayPal
Yeah.
or anything like that, right?
So there's no scam.
Not a single.
You're not trying to get money out of anybody. You're not
No,
deceiving
no, no,
anybody, and
Nope.
you're not
Nope.
spamming people.
Nope.
So
Nope.
it does
Not a
not
single
fit the
thing.
legal definition. But
Right?
I clicked the OK button without reading the terms and conditions, and I think most
Yeah.
of us did.
yeah, a lot of people do. But then, how's any of it
Whatever,
scam?
Hey, thanks YouTube for accusing me of some shit that I didn't do on 3 accounts. Got me on some trumped up charges. Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter, man. It's been, an hour since your second stream was taken down, so...
I know. They still let me go here right now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
I
still
Then he
mean,
completely
good.
shut you
guess
down.
it's like thank you and fuck you. With like, I'll shake your hand, thank you with one hand, and fuck you with the other hand. There you go.
That'll work too.
I'll give you the left hand. The left hand shake that says fuck you.
That must be an Italian thing, right?
Oh no, I thought left hand shakes were always just disrespectful in general. I thought it was
It
for
depends.
everybody.
It
I thought
depends
it was for
on
everybody.
well,
I thought it was
but
for everybody.
no, it's not always, but yeah, it
Well,
depends.
it's the left hand shaking thing. It was at the Baden Powell who started the Scouts movement. He
Right.
was used it as a
I was
thing.
gonna say the scouts often use the
Yeah,
left hand as a
and
salute. Yeah.
not
Or a
necessarily
greeting, I mean.
as a shaking the hand, because you shake their hand. The idea was that, when Baden Powell was meeting like tribesmen and stuff like that, that by putting like the right hand, the person would hold their spear, and the left hand they'd hold their shield. So by shaking their left hand, they have to drop their defenses, but they can still keep their spear in their hand. So the
Oh,
idea
is
was
that
you're
what
making
it
them feel
was?
safer. You make that by letting them hold onto their spear. You make them drop their spear. That means that like you could pull them in and stab them or something, and they've only got their shield to protect them. So
I
you make
always
them drop their
wondered about
shield.
that
They drop their
scout
defenses,
tradition.
but they still feel safe because they've got the spear.
Well, for modern day shit, I've always heard that like people use left hand shake to do a sneaky move and hit somebody in the face with the with the right. I've seen it a couple times. Like people
Well,
put their
that's
left
kind of the
hand
idea.
down.
Is that's still the same sort of idea? Is that by shaking with the left hand, you're leaving them over, you're leaving it open for the right hand, and
Yeah,
that you're
yeah, yeah,
showing that like, no, I trust
yeah,
you that
yeah.
you're not gonna clock me because
Yes,
that's why I'm shaking with the left
exactly,
hand.
exactly.
Right, and that's why all armies across the world salute with their right hand to show that they don't have anything in their right hand.
No sneakiness.
Yeah.
Headbutts
But
too.
yeah.
Well, you know what? The scout
I've
move,
heard it with
the
headbutts.
scout left hand makes sense to me now because
Yeah.
honestly, I questioned it all my life. Why do the scouts shake with their left hand? It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it was the whole it was the opposite of the military thing. The military, you salute with the right hand to show there's nothing in it. Well, this is sort of like you shake with the left hand because you're allowed to have something in your right hand, and that I'm showing that I trust you that you're not going to use it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's something I never knew before. I love learning new stuff. I love learning new stuff.
Yeah, it's always good.
Well, I'm weird that way, I think. Man in his middle age apparently is supposed to be stuck in his ways and reliving his glory days and stuff like that. But honestly,
No. You're supposed to be buying a Corvette.
I still
Uh,
want a Corvette. I really do. But I've wanted a Corvette for a long time. And if I had a choice between a Corvette or, you know what a Woody wagon is, like a surfer wagon, right?
Sort of, yeah.
So it's like a 39 Ford Country Squire, right? Most of it is wood paneling. And then you
The
have
wood
the
panels and
metal,
stuff.
yeah, all the metals around it. So a Woody wagon is what I've wanted since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So if it was a choice between a Corvette and a Woody, I would choose the Woody. So I'm kind of weird that way, but a 55 Corvette and a Woody, I would actually have to sleep on that choice. I'd have to be like, okay,
So-
55 Corvette is the best car ever made.
So when you're saying like you'd prefer when you're saying you'd prefer the Woody and you're a bit weird that way, so what you're saying is you're a little bit Woody queer. But no,
Sure, why not?
those vans, the wood paneling vans, and those old like station wagons and stuff, the wood paneled
Mhm.
station wagons. Fuck yeah, there's something very very cool about them.
I
It's something
know,
like,
right?
yeah,
I love those old Woody station wagons. They're
yeah,
absolutely
Cool.
fantastic.
All right. There was something cool about them. Like sometimes things are so ugly that like you gotta appreciate it.
but they can be made to look nice. I mean, they get like a lot of polish in them, and
Oh,
No,
they put a lot
yeah,
of
they
work into the
can
wood.
be
yeah,
made to look
yeah.
nice. But
They
seriously, I
they
grew up
can
on the
be made to
beach.
look nice, but some of them were really nasty looking.
Yeah,
I grew
There was
up
still a
near the
charm.
beach, eh? I mean,
yeah,
I would go to barbecues, bonfires, and everything else at the beach, you know? So we'd go
yeah.
down to the
I,
coast
dude,
and
I live in
we'd
Australia.
do.
We live on the coast.
Well, yeah, you can't really live inland, can you?
No,
So,
like people tend to die inland.
every time I go to the beach, there's a Woody. You know, either a
Mm.
car show with Woodies in it, or there's somebody with a surfing rack on the top. You know, and they go out surfing with their longboards and stuff. You don't really see it anymore because it's 2021 and yeah. But
Yeah.
in the '80s, Woodies were the rage. You know.
Because you can't be around people anymore. So
You
can't
can't
do
go
that.
surfing because you could catch the bug.
Yeah, right.
Apart from the fact that like most of the surfers I've known, they're the sort of people who, like back in the day, they would smoke like 2 packets of cigarettes in like 3 days or something, and
Now, if I
and then they go to
remember
the doctor.
correctly, if
But
I
they'd go to the
remember
doctor and be checked out, and the doctor would sit there and go, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you." And they go, "Really? Don't I have the lungs of like a heavy smoker?" And they, "You smoke?" And, no, no, never mind. Thank you. Goodbye.
if I remember correctly, in my surfing days, we caught every bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, we caught every bug. So, yeah, I guess maybe making that assumption, saying that surfing communities would be more epidemic. But
The
seriously, we
hippie
get
communities
drunk and
definitely.
smoke
Yeah.
everything and go surfing, and yeah, no. When we go to the doctor, they go, "You're fine."
Yeah.
Thank you, doctor. I can't walk.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna have to get going. It's been fun. Hopefully, we can do another watch party soon, Slasher.
Well,
It was enjoyable hanging out with you guys.
I'm sure Slasher can keep going and keep hanging out with you.
now I'm realizing that I can't. And if I'm going to do a watch party again, I can't do it that way anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Like I said, there's other
even
workarounds.
if
I'm happy to help you with other workarounds if you want.
You
So
all
what was
right,
that, Slasher?
Splasher?
even if the
You roboting, are you?
It's all right, man. We'll hit the bricks tonight, and then maybe you can come up with something tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm sure we can work out something for tomorrow.
You there, Slasher?
Hello? Slasher? Oh, I can hear something.
Yeah, I hear him moving around.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, we've
You
got
all
you
right,
now.
man?
What happened?
Okay, I'm not roboting anymore, right?
Dropped out a little bit,
Am I?
but you're not too bad.
No, you're not roboting at all now.
Yeah,
You're good.
sound good.
Okay. Fantastic. But
Hey, Wookie.
Hey, Wookie, what's up, man?
okay. Yeah, Chris, you want to bounce? Plug your shit. Plug your channel.
Plug my channel,
Let
TWTG
everyone know
content.
where we could find you.
Yeah, TWTG content at GodCpod on the Twitter. Watch parties, philosophy shows, and all that sort of good stuff. And hopefully we'll be back again very soon with Slasher. We'll do another watch party. And yeah, like hit me up in advance, and we can work out some workarounds for you.
Fingers crossed.
No worries. Catch you guys later.
See you later, Chris.
All right, man. How we going, dude? Twice. Sorry.
Hey, you know what? It happens, man. You never know what the YouTube is going to do.
I'll put for a public domain movie. I just don't get it.
I don't either. Well, I mean, the only time I ever hosted a watch party was when I was using SciTube. So I really don't know what YouTube would do if I were trying to, host a public domain movie on my main channel.
What's side to?
It's
It's
a screening
like
room. Is what it is.
basically just what it says. It's like
Yeah,
So
it's
like what it
literally a
sounds like?
screening room.
backup YouTube. Okay.
SciTube.be. It's CYTU.be.
Oh,
I don't know where it's out of or where it's from, but a lot of us, we run movies on the SciTube and throw the link in the chat and then make fun of the movie while we're watching it.
that's what I like to do. That's what I was trying to do.
Well,
That's what I was
you
trying
can.
to do before I just got
It
shut
costs nothing to create an account at SciTube.
down. It doesn't cost anything to create a YouTube account either.
Right. But YouTube has a lot of rules against playing movies
And by the
in
way,
the
I'm
back
sorry.
room. Yeah.
What's good, Wookie? How you doing? Sorry, Wookie. Wookie giving props to everybody here. No, Reggie dropped out, even though he wasn't in his Reggie form tonight. Because you know, Chris, he's in a puppet form sometimes.
Oh yeah. They are fun streams when he's in
Or
puppet
his
form.
cousin, whatever you like to call him, his cousin.
Either way, it works out pretty well.
But these motherfuckers accuse me of shit that I had nothing. What?
I know, right?
My mind is so.
Just the spam all by itself is ridiculous. It's like if we wanted to advertise the channel anywhere, we were not allowed to because we'd be spamming, right? That's absolutely insane. It gives us the option to share the channel on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and everything else. It's ridiculous that they censored you for that.
Put a single thing in the chat that would have granted that against me,
And a really bad public domain
It's
movie
like-
too, right? Like, okay, seriously,
Like
you're gonna
you would think that they would thank me of somewhat of attention to that movie, but no.
no, not at all. Yeah, that's just wrong, though. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, this is one of many lessons learned on YouTube. So I I I guess I have to keep going through these YouTube lessons.
We all do, and I haven't been hit, but I've learned a lot from you guys who have been hit. So it's pretty crazy.
Well, this is the only the first time I got hit during a stream. I got hit after a stream.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I get that quite often
After-
actually. On public domain songs as well. You know, every time I do a veteran stream or a memorial stream or something, they actually flag me for the national anthem. I'm like, really?
For the
Really?
national anthem.
Because I sing the national anthem, you're gonna strike me? Now I've done Toby Keith, and I've done Johnny Cash, and I've done things like that on my live streams for those veteran programs, but they strike the national anthem. I'm like, there may be something wrong with YouTube.
How the fuck do you get struck for the national anthem?
Exactly right. I mean, it was written in 1812 or 1813, right? So it's like, really? You're going to strike me for the national anthem? Okay, YouTube. Oh, I'm never going to do Roseanne's national anthem. Sorry, Wookie. I can't do that. Well, if you're feeling all right, Slasher, I'm gonna split. I gotta get out of here. I gotta lay my head to the pillow.
I'm gonna drop out too. Since I just got shut down in the middle of the thing, I wanted to just keep something going a little bit afterwards. So, whatever.
Well, I appreciate that,
thanks
and
for
I
coming
thank
through.
you for the time to come on here. I really do. You're a good man, man.
Watch a crappy movie, I'll hit you up on however I can hit you up, and Twitter,
Yeah.
YouTube, whatever. You said you're not on Twitter.
No, I am on Twitter. I don't post on Twitter. Like, I don't make,
I got you.
my opinion is this on Twitter. I don't. I just advertise, and for some reason, I still have people following me. It makes no sense. But I literally just advertise my shows, and that's it. I don't get involved in Twitter at all. The last thing I did was the Marina Sirtis thing, when she was like, the reason Texas was out of power for a week was because of the Republicans. I was like, okay, next time California's on fire, it's because of the Democrats. Okay, got it. Thank you. Goodbye, Marina Sirtis. And that's basically all I said. And that's the last time I got involved in Twitter. Otherwise, I only use Twitter for contacts and advertising. That's it.
Yeah. All right. But thanks for coming through. Next time.
Well, I really was looking forward to riffing a movie with you, man. But unfortunately, life and legal happens. So sometimes you just gotta take it and move on.
But hey, you know what? I can't totally bitch at them right now because they let me keep going. I had to start something else afterwards, so I can't be a total asshole and say fuck you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I can't
Even if
really
they do
do
stream
that.
down, I think the three
Yeah.
strike rule is still in effect, and they didn't even strike you; they just took your stream down. So you don't even have any strikes. It was just they wouldn't let you
It was
the stream.
twice during one stream. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
know
took
how
you
that
down. They
works.
didn't actually strike you, though. That's a different thing altogether. They'll have
Yeah.
to send you an email and a notice and everything. So they
Well,
just took your
I
stream,
think I also could have
which has
probably let
happened
it.
multiple times. Yeah.
No, but I also could have let it run longer if I didn't just get fried down the second time, because I've seen people get taken down like sometimes 5 times
Yeah, yeah.
during
That's
their
what
own.
used to happen to our karaoke streams, and now for some reason the karaoke streams
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
targeted
Yes,
live
yes.
shows.
I've heard that about the karaoke streams. The karaoke streams.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to get taken down all the time. Well, damn near every third song I sang got taken down. It was driving me crazy.
But yeah. But thanks for coming through, man.
No worries, man.
Yeah. Next
Get some
time.
sleep.
Next time. Next time there's a shitty movie coming up, I'll let you know.
Right on, man.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, Krishna has my YouTube or my Twitter contact info.
Krish, thanks for being my corner man tonight. Later, everybody.
All right, good night, man.